The Dallas Mavericks extend their winning streak to 4 wins after a 109-99 victory over the Golden State Warriors. And let me tell you, that game wasn't pretty, but we got the job done. We had a comfortable lead. They got close. We got a lead again. We kept it going. And even though the three-point shot was not falling, and even though Luka Doncic did leave the game in the fourth with a very light injury, the Mavericks got it done. Kyrie was fourth quarter Kai as usual, but not just from scoring, but from just playmaking and being that floor general. Daniel Gafford still didn't miss a shot. Derrick Lively looked good. Josh Green looked good. We're going to break it all down in this video. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And like I said in the intro, we have defeated the Golden State Warriors. And now I understand the Warriors didn't have Steph Curry. And because there's no Steph Curry, it's in his contract, there's a clause. If Curry doesn't play, Draymond Green also doesn't play. So it was really just Klay Thompson, Jonathan Kuminga, and the rest of those guys. And there was moments in the game where I felt like the Warriors were building a little bit of run. They were catching up to us, but it just wasn't enough because the Dallas Mavericks were playing good, solid defense. We were feeding the bigs on the inside. The three ball was not falling for us at all, and Tim Hardaway Jr. didn't play that many minutes. So there was a lot of good, there's a lot of bad. Man, we're going to get onto that shortly, but let's go and look at the box score real quick. PJ Washington, who was a plus 28 because his defense was phenomenal, had 11 points, 3 blocks, 2 steals, 1 assist, and 7 rebounds. He was 1 of 6 from 3, but 5-11 from the floor. Derrick Jones Jr. had 7 points and 3 rebounds. Daniel Gafford, the man, went 5 of 5, extending that streak to about 33, 34 made field goals without a single miss. He was 5 of 5, perfect from the floor, finished the game with 10 points, 7 blocks. It was a block party for the landlord. Had 2 steals, 1 assist, 6 rebounds, with 2 of those being offensive rebounds. Kyrie Irving finished the game with 23 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 8 rebounds, but 10 assists and with only 1 turnover. He was 1 of 5 from 3 and 8 of 16 from the floor, making all 6 free throws. Luka Doncic with 21 points, 9 assists, 3 rebounds, 6 turnovers. He was 1 of 6 from 3 and 7 of 18 from the floor. Off the bench, Maxey, only 8 minutes. He had 0 points, 3 quick fouls, and 1 assist. Tim Hardaway Jr. with 14 minutes off the bench with 5 points, 1 turnover, and 2 assists. Dwight Powell gave you 2 good minutes with a whole lot of nothing. Derrick Lively, 20 minutes off the bench. He had 12 points, 2 blocks, and 8 rebounds. Josh Green with 11 points, 5 rebounds. Dante Exum with 11 points, 1 turnover, but he had 5 rebounds. And A.J. Lawson, he gave you some garbage time minutes. 2 good minutes with nothing, same as Jaden Hardy. And like I said, this game started off really good. We got a good little flow going. The shots were falling. The 3 ball was not falling at all. Like I said, nobody was making their threes. It was bad. But both teams weren't that good shooting from 3. But we were getting things going. The Warriors called a timeout early in the first, and then they kind of slowly came back. They never really got a comfortable lead on us. I think they were up by maybe 1 or 2 points. We quickly turned that around. And the first quarter ended, and into the second quarter, it just looked bad. Both teams, it's horrible. Bad shot selections. It was just a lot of blow-bys, not a whole lot of defense. Luka Doncic looked just bad in the first half. He did not look like the guy who was just dropping 30-point triple-doubles back to back to back to back. And the team just was struggling on the offensive end while our defense was hanging in there. It was solid. We go into halftime with a comfortable lead. And come out the third quarter, we get it going. Just hitting our shots, playing good defense. I mean, we're getting our inside and our middies because, like I said, the 3 ball just wasn't falling for us at all for the entire game. I'll throw the box score back up. If you look at the bottom there, we shot 9 of 28. That's the Warriors. The Dallas Mavericks shot 6 of 27 from the 3-point line. And like I said, with the Warriors, they shot 9 of 28 from the 3-point line. And while I got their box score up, I mean, Jonathan Kuminga, he had a big game with 27 points, but he also had 6 turnovers with 2 assists, 1 steal, and 4 rebounds. Jackson finished the game with 10 points, 1 assist, 9 rebounds. Andrew Wiggins with 17 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, 5 rebounds. Chris Paul with 9 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. And Klay Thompson in 27 minutes, 8 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 4 rebounds. So the Golden State Warriors, they didn't really have that great of a game. Not a lot of production off the bench. Their starters really had to do everything. Jonathan Kuminga was their leading scorer, but it just wasn't enough. But like I said, the third quarter, things looked good. Things got a little bit shaky. Then Then Kyrie just kind of took over. He kind of took over in the second half of the third quarter to just make sure that lead stayed in its place. But start of the fourth quarter, Kyrie was insane. He was not only hitting shots, but he was feeding Gafford down low, just back-to-back alley-oops. And then Dante was getting involved, getting those passes on the inside. Josh Green was also like, it seemed like the fourth quarter started, and the game plan was just feed the paint. Feed the paint. Derrick Lively, Daniel Gafford, doesn't matter. Just feed the paint because they have no bigs that can stop us. Kayvon Looney was playing a lot of perimeter. He was trying to space the floor. That's fine. We're going to feed the inside. When the three ball wasn't dropping like it was tonight, it was good to know that the Mavericks didn't try to just shoot themselves out of it. They said, hey, the three's not falling. Attack the basket. Get to the line. Give it to the bigs down low because Daniel Gafford can't miss, and he hasn't missed in the last 30-plus field goals. So it was a good game, and shout out to Jason Kidd. We had a good starting lineup with Kyrie, Luka, PJ, Daniel Gafford, and Derrick Jones Jr. Derrick Jones Jr. played great defense. So did PJ Washington. He had a couple great moves as well. But come the fourth quarter, like I said, about halfway through, Luka went out with a hamstring injury. It wasn't any contact. It was like a non-contact injury, like after a shot attempt. He might have came down on it hard, might have cramped up, but he did exit the game. He did not return. They're calling it a soreness, a calf soreness in his hamstring. So no official news if he's going to be out tomorrow, and you already know when the news breaks, I will report it to you guys whether or not Luka will be playing in tomorrow's game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, which I hope he does. But if he's not feeling good, let's not risk an injury before the playoffs. Hopefully Kyrie can lead us. He's been playing very well, especially late in the games. He's a very clutch player in the stretch, and it was just phenomenal. But Luka Doncic, like I said, went to the locker room midway through the fourth quarter. He's been ruled out for the remainder of tonight's game due to left hamstring soreness. So again, he's out. I checked the reports. I was refreshing, trying to scroll, trying to find anything before I recorded this video. But at the time I was recording, no news on him joining us tomorrow for the Thunder game. If he does come, he may not play. Again, don't want to see him play through an injury. But let's get into the segment, because I forgot last video, but I did remember this video. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Before we continue, let's break it down. The good that I saw was the ability to score without a three-point shot, right? The team did not shoot that well. I think the majority of our threes came in the second half. I think in the fourth quarter, it felt like we were hitting threes back-to-back late in the game. But for the entire game, we just could not shoot the ball at all. But that did not stop it. So the good is the fact that we were able to feed the bigs, and they were able to get easy shots down low. And we had about 62, 65 points in the paint this game, which is great. That shows me that this team isn't just going to just shoot. Oh, we're 6 of 28, keep shooting. No, switch it up. Change the game plan on the fly. And shout out to Jason Kidd for having good rotations and for being able to know that. The bad, I'm going to just say it was just the missed shots. The missed free throws, the missed three-pointers was just horrible. I know it's a it's a low percentage shot, but it's a high risk, high reward, all that good stuff. It just wasn't falling for us. It was bad. But like I said, with the good, we were able to score in other ways. And the ugly was just the defense from the Warriors. They could not stop the inside at all. Every time Derrick Lively or Daniel Gafford got the ball down low, it was going in every time. They could not be stopped in the paint, 5 feet or less. The ball is going in. So the ugly was the Warriors defense, because we held them to 99 points, which is actually the second game in a row that we held our opponents under 100 points. Our opponents can't score that much lately. Our defense seems to be really coming together, especially if we're not scoring that well. Get the defense going. People like PJ Washington, people like Josh Green, who actually had a good game. He had a couple good lobs, just catching them, just banging it in. The Lob City Mavericks might be the thing. Lob City Dallas. Rename the city, because that's what it felt like. It was alley-oops after alley-oops. The team was just coming together and just looking very good. But right here, man, Daniel Gafford just became the second player in Mavs history with at least 10 points and 7 blocks on 100% field goals. The only other player, Derrick Lively, a few months ago. And maybe we need to give credit to Jason Kidd. Maybe we need to give credit to Nico Harrison, because I don't think it's a far-fetched thing to believe that we may have maybe the best duo bigs in the league. I know it's not a Rudy Gobert and a Karl-Anthony Towns. I know it's not a Joel Embiid, whoever their other big is. But, I mean, Daniel Gafford and Derrick Lively together is phenomenal. We have two great bigs that we're going to develop very much in Derrick Lively. He has a high ceiling that he hasn't even seen yet. He can't even see that ceiling. But Daniel Gafford's 25. He can still take his game to a whole nother level. Shout out to those guys for just being consistent on 2 straight games of just dominating. And also shout out to Jason Kidd for just knowing how to keep one of them on the floor. We didn't see a whole lot of small ball with Maxey at the 5. Thank God. But also, like I said earlier, the Warriors scoring 99 points marks the second game in a row that the Mavs opponents have scored under 100. It's the 5th time this season, but the first time it's occurred in consecutive games. Shout out to the Mavericks, man. Mavericks defense, I know that's been something in our losing streak that we had before this winning streak. When we were losing games after the All-Star break, it was really just our defense. We just weren't playing good defense. But whatever it is that Jason Kidd did, again, shouts out to him. He had good rotations, good timeouts. He had his successful coaches challenge because he seems to win all of those. But it seems like something's changed, and the team's been not only better offensively, even with the threes not falling. Like I said, they found other ways to score, but also on the defensive end by holding 2 opponents to under 100 points. Now, yes, I understand. It was the Chicago Bulls without Zach LaVine. It was the Warriors without Steph and Draymond. A win's a win. I'm not necessarily happy that we're beating these bad teams or these teams without players, but it's about the standings, because if everything goes well, by the end of the night, we may be the 7th seed, possibly the 6th seed, depending on how the Lakers and Kings game is going on right now. I'll definitely be watching that after this video. Got to see what happens, because we are moving up in that playoff picture. And as well, Daniel Gafford is only 3 makes away from breaking a Wilt Chamberlain record, and he had 7 blocks tonight. So, shout out to the man, Daniel Gafford, the landlord. He thought it was the first of the month. Rent's due every time he pulls up. It doesn't matter. So, shout out to Daniel Gafford. Hopefully, he beats the record against the Oklahoma City Thunder tomorrow. I don't think Chet will really be much of a problem for Daniel Gafford down low. So, I'm sure he'll hit it tomorrow. Hopefully, we have Luka if he's healthy. If not, I'm sure Kyrie and Dante will be able to take care of business. But you already know we will be live for it. It's a late game, but I will still go live for that game. Maybe not a post-game video because it will be late, but I will go live. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a single thing we do. Check out our links in the description below. We are on Twitter, and we have a Discord. I'm very active there. You can always reach me there. And as always, until next time, y'all take care. Peace.